Welcome back, legends. Good to have you here. Right, today we need to have a bit of a real talk about credit cards. Because credit cards are one of those topics that creates an almost religious divide. There are people who sway by them and people who reckon they're the devil's invention, and honestly, both sides are missing the point. Here's my take: a credit card is a tool. That's all it is. And like any tool, whether it helps you or hurts you comes down entirely to how you use it. A hammer is a useful tool. But if you use it the wrong way, you'll smash your thumb. The hammer's not evil. You just used it wrong. So today we are going to talk about how credit cards actually work under the hood, because most people genuinely don't understand the mechanics. And then we are going to talk about the specific behaviors that turn a useful financial tool into a complete financial disaster. Let's start with how the interest actually works, because this is the bit that catches people out hard. When you use a credit card, you're essentially borrowing money from the bank. The bank gives you an interest-free period, typically around 44 to 55 days, during which you can pay off what you spent without paying any interest at all. If you pay the full balance before that period ends, the credit card has cost you literally nothing. You've used someone else's money for free, and maybe even earned some points on top of it. But here's where it gets nasty. The moment you don't pay the full balance, the moment you pay only the minimum or even 90% of it, the interest-free period vanishes completely. Gone. And the interest rate kicks in on the entire outstanding balance. Not just the bit you didn't pay. The whole thing. And Australian credit card interest rates are brutal, mate. We are talking anywhere from 15% to 22% per year on most cards. Some store cards go even higher. Compare that to a home loan rate of around 6% or a personal loan at 10 to 12%, and you start to see just how savage credit card debt actually is. Let me put that in real numbers for you. Say you've got $5,000 on a credit card at 20% interest and you're only making the minimum payment each month. How long do you think it takes to pay that off? A year? 2 years? Have a guess. It's closer to 25 years. And by the time you're done, you'll have paid over $13,000 in interest on top of the original $5,000. You'll have paid more than double what you borrowed, and it will have taken you a quarter of a century to do it. This is not an exaggeration. This is the actual maths. This is the trap. And it's a trap that millions of Australians are sitting inside right now, making minimum payments every month and wondering why the balance never seems to go down. Now let's talk about the psychological side of this, because it's just as important as the maths. Credit cards are deliberately designed to make spending feel painless. You tap, you walk away. There's no physical sensation of handing over money. Research consistently shows that people spend significantly more when paying by card than by cash, because cash creates a psychological pain point that cards completely eliminate. The bank knows this. The retailer knows this. You're the last one to find out. There's also something called the minimum payment illusion. When you get your credit card statement and it says minimum payment due, $25, that number feels manageable. Reasonable, even. So you pay $25 and feel like you've handled it. But that $25 is almost entirely interest. You've barely touched the principal. The bank loves this. This is exactly what they're hoping you do. Alright, so we've talked about the danger zone. Now let's talk about how to actually use credit cards in a way that works in your favor. Because when used correctly, they do have genuine benefits. Benefit 1. Purchase protection. Most credit cards offer some form of insurance on purchases, extended warranty, damage protection, sometimes travel insurance. This can be genuinely valuable if you know it's there and how to use it. Benefit 2. Points and rewards. If you're someone who pays off your full balance every single month without fail, the rewards points you earn are essentially free money. Flights, cashback, gift cards, it adds up over time. But, and this is a non-negotiable but, rewards points are only valuable if you never, ever carry a balance. The moment you start paying interest, you've wiped out any rewards benefit many times over. Benefit 3. Your credit score. Responsible credit card use, meaning you pay on time and pay in full, actually builds your credit history, which matters when you want to borrow for a car, a home, a business. Having no credit history at all can sometimes be as problematic as having a bad one. So here's the system for using credit cards the smart way. Rule 1. Never spend on your credit card what you don't already have in your bank account. If the money isn't sitting there already, you don't spend it on the card. Full stop. The card is a payment method, not a source of funds. Rule 2. Set up an automatic payment for the full balance every month. Not the minimum. The full amount. Most banks let you do this easily in their app. This means you literally cannot forget to pay it off and can never accidentally pay only the minimum. Rule 3. Keep your credit limit low. I know the bank will offer to increase your limit and it feels flattering when they do, like they trust you or something. But a higher credit limit is not a reward. It's a risk. Keep your limit at a level where, even in your worst month, the balance would be manageable. Rule 4. Have one card, not 4. The more cards you have, the harder everything is to track, the more tempting it is to shift balances around and convince yourself you're managing it, and the more fees and annual charges you're potentially paying. Now if you're currently sitting with credit card debt, and no judgment if you are, because as we talked about earlier, these systems are designed to catch people out, here's the priority. Pay that debt down before you do almost anything else with your money. The reason is simple maths. If your credit card is charging you 19% interest and your savings account is paying you 5%, every dollar you put into savings instead of paying off the card is costing you 14% per year. You are going backwards in real terms. Pay the debt first. Then build the savings. In that order. If you've got multiple cards, use the avalanche method. Pay minimum on all of them, and throw every extra dollar at the one with the highest interest rate first. When that one's cleared, attack the next one. It's not glamorous, but it is mathematically the fastest way out. Or use the snowball method. Pay off the smallest balance first regardless of interest rate. This gives you quick wins that keep you motivated, and momentum matters more than you'd think when you're grinding through debt. Either approach works. The one that works best is the one you'll actually stick to. Alright, that's a wrap for today. Credit cards, useful tool, dangerous if misused, completely manageable if you've got a system. Now you've got one. Like and subscribe if you found this useful, and share it with anyone who needs to hear it. See you all next time, legends.